World Flying Disc Federation 2024 World Team Disc Golf Championship, hosted by Mundaring Sporting Club Disc Golf, would like to acknowledge the support of event partners World Flying Disc Federation and Australian Disc Golf. Major sponsors: Government of Western Australia Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West, the Shire of Mundaring, and RAD, Recreation, Activity, Design. Thank you and enjoy the coverage.
Welcome back, disc golf fans. We are here for another installment of the World Flying Disc Federation's World Teams event held in 2024. We're in Perth, Western Australia. Mundaring is the course, and we are here to view a matchup, both doubles and singles, between Estonia and Norway. Who have we got in the singles here? Jace, who's on my left, and I should introduce Claire as well. Selfish of me there, guys. Sorry about that. Who are we watching today?
In the singles event, we have Knut, Valen, Haland against Mauri Villman of Estonia. And in the doubles, who have we got, Huss?
We have Matthias, Johansen, Vegar, Larsen against Estonia's Tamm and Aimar, Allesma.
I was hoping you'd make a mistake on them. So
She nailed those
well
names.
done.
You can tell she hung out with them for a bit.
I have actually been to Estonia once before, so yeah, obviously I know how to speak Estonian now.
Yeah, obviously.
Just picked it up via osmosis.
Absolutely. So, yeah, can't wait to get into this, which is we should mention, a semi-final. So the winner of this battle goes into the final against, we're not sure here at the moment, but the other semi-final is currently being played by Australia v Canada. So who knows? We'd love the Aussies to get up, wouldn't we?
Of course, and there are two other matches happening between these two countries which will have some bearing on the result.
So this is the first hole of this potentially 18-hole round. It's a shot through the tunnel to start, then you've got to get right, and then back into some trees, the basket nestled in there.
And would you just like to explain to the viewers, Claire, why you said potentially 18 holes for this round?
Well, it all depends on how each hole goes. If one team wins so many holes that the other team cannot win the same number of holes, then they win the match and stop playing.
Correct, and you will win a hole by just using less strokes on the hole than your opponent.
Yep.
Taking a point and moving on. So obviously we start off as a draw, and we'll go from there.
And as you can see, that's illustrated up the top of the screen by the A/S, which will keep you up to date with the current score in the relevant battle. As you can see, this one is all square, which is what the AS means. And the first, which is onto the right of that, denotes the first shot for this hole. And what a first shot that is. Straight over the top of the tall gums. So in the scrub somewhere. Who was that throwing for Norway with that?
Matthias, I believe.
He's a big, strong lad,
Yeah.
Matthias.
So second throw for the doubles from Estonia.
And man, most viewers will be familiar with Tamm, touring pro, the Bazooka. We'll do some special things on the disc golf course. Not sure that was one of them.
It wasn't too bad. He's managed to jab his way up there. I think he's pretty close to the pin. Just a few trees to contend with before he gets there. A little bit better than Mauri's unfortunate tonk of a tree there.
And Mauri's no slouch in the single. He did win the Estonian Open in 2023. I know that's going back a bit, but I remember it because I was there.
All right. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing too many tree hits from Mauri, but yeah, so we can all move on from that.
He's getting them out the way early. And this hole was brought to us by the Aimar Resort and Spa. Did you get there at all in your time in Perth?
Not that I remember. No. We mostly just sort of tucked in at the Mundaring Golf Club bar for a little while and found some grub in town.
Vegar here, throwing third.
Matthias, I think.
Matthias, that was,
Yeah.
yes.
And to win the hole, we've got Allesma. Oh.
If you don't mind.
That was from that, from the upshot from Tamm.
From Tamm, yeah. So on the board early is Estonia.
Yeah, very proficient on the putting green is Mauri. He is now an MVP sponsored player. I don't think he was when this
So
tournament was running.
Not just dialing up the birdie there to start
Yep.
and
Took-
taking an early lead.
Took advantage of that tree hit from Villman and got one up on him. That he's going to be feeling good starting off this round in the semi-final.
Absolutely. The second hole on this layout is hole 3A. It's par 3, it's 92 metres, and it's very, very narrow up this path. And from what I can see, you just don't want to end up off it.
That's all there is to it.
Disc golf's a simple game like that, Matty.
Yeah, I enjoy its simplicity.
Knut, after he's taking it last hole, so he has a one-shot lead, as we mentioned. That's why that green arrow is pointing in the upwards direction. So pushes through without hitting anything, but can have a bit of work to get out of there.
Yeah, he might have a clean look at the basket from there. It's just kind of hard to tell right now.
Yeah, and Mauri definitely no slouch in the woods. He had a massive 2023, 2024 couple of seasons, and he's really hit the pro circuit.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
No way.
Just demonstrating my point.
That is an elite, that shot.
No, he's excellent on both sides, and I don't think I'm out of line when I say this, but Estonia probably brought the strongest team to this event. Would you agree with that, Claire?
Yep, I would agree with that. They were, they had the pick of the bunch, and they didn't take the very juiciest grape on the bunch in Kristen Lat or Tatar, whatever she was known as at that point. But they, have a great collection of top-level players all the way through. There are a lot of disc golfers in Estonia, a lot of disc golf courses. They're not short of a few to pick from.
Yeah, Vegar's pushed through there, and I think he's in an okay spot. So this hole not causing these guys too many problems at the moment.
Yeah, so representing Estonia in the other matches, in this one we've got Christo Rake and Anneli Tuyas Manastay. And we can't forget Katie Tate, who's done a bit of work on the FPO Pro Tour in the States.
So not pushed through a fair way as well. It's a tough bid for him, but he's got to have a crack, doesn't he?
Certainly does. Nothing to lose there with Villman parked next to the basket.
Ooh.
Nice bid from Matthias there.
Yeah, so Knut puts it out for 3. That leaves Mauri a chance from about 2 metres, which he shouldn't have any trouble with, and deserves it after that drive. That was outstanding.
Yeah, that's the highlight of the round so far from Mauri.
As the doubles pairings decide to pick up. So they remain at 1 hole in the way of the Estonians as the other singles battle all squares up. We got a hole 3 or 4. What is it?
Hole 3, but real 4A here. It's a par 4 coming out of the trees. Fairway over the golf green. Then into the left side gap here. Perched up basket. Uncharacteristically adjacent to a tee pad.
There is a
Yeah.
right-hand gap as well there, Huss, is there?
There certainly is, yeah. You can pick your way around that copse of trees there. But you might have noticed there's some kind of sheltery thing on the left. It's
Uh-oh.
not quite as dense as the
Uh-oh.
ones you find in Victoria, but there is definitely a tin roof that wants to be avoided.
Couldn't imagine anyone would throw it into the shelter, could you, Huss?
Not really, no.
Not getting out of the woods there. That's advantage Villman. Oh, you can see Albert off the tee here. Love the way he just loads that forehand up.
Yeah, it's very particular, isn't
Yeah,
it?
such a silky power shot. So yeah, this section that goes through the trees is slightly downhill, and then as you're coming out, it starts to go uphill again. Another failed attempt to get all the way through.
Yeah, shaping the shot's going to be difficult here for Knut, but I think he may have the distance.
Yeah, he needs to beat that sand scrape, doesn't he? Does he know that discs just tend to stop when they hit that? Oh,
He's committing to the turnover.
there's Huss's shelter.
Yep, there it is. I don't know all the shelters
No, you don't. But
in
if
the
you threw that
country.
same shot into that, it looks like it'd fall down.
That's true.
So Vegar for the doubles pairing second, and that I think is a good, nice shape on that one. Look at that,
Yeah.
straight through the gap,
Absolutely
sensational.
Alright, so I reckon Mauri's going to go the inside left-hand gap here with the hyzer.
Straight through, not a problem.
Have you
Too
seen this
far.
footage before?
Can't say I have. Just turning that one over a little too much. 12 metres left on a putt there uphill. Now Mauri's going to have a putt for 3 here, so Knut needs to get this one close.
He might have just leaked down the hill a little,
Mm.
but I think he's a bit closer than Mauri.
So he's just chosen to get that one up close.
So this is to win the hole for Estonia. Interesting.
Yeah, so not getting too greedy there.
No, plenty of time when you're one up, I suppose.
Yeah, probably didn't like that backdrop to the putt. Would have risked losing the hole if he sent it long. It's Mauri throwing 3 here to win the hole.
Never in doubt.
His putt just fires out of his hand. It's
Yeah.
Does.
hard to explain.
It does, and he doesn't really look to brace himself or anything or set up for any particular stance.
No, it's very wristy.
As he picks up his opponent's disc. Doesn't allow him to putt. I like it. Good strategy. Hole 4 in this layout is hole 5 in the standard. It's 152 metres. That's a par 4. We're out wide in the open, but I fear we're not staying there very long.
Never do.
Coming back into the trees, and it's narrow. It's a nice shape to come in, but there's a few guardian trees blocking the basket there.
All right, so Mauri with the box. The singles players do always throw first. And obviously Mauri taking that last hole means he has the box. He's not here opting with the backhand. We'll probably want to get this one out straight and then have it move right. Yeah, beautiful hyzer flip there. Probably didn't get as right as he would have liked, but he's out in the clear. A pretty stress-free shot for his second upcoming.
Makes it through.
There's the laconic power of Albert Tamm on that forehand, man.
Teasing the trees a little bit, but nicely through.
And Matthias for the Norwegian team, and that's straight, pipe straight down the middle. Not a problem in the world.
No problems at all.
Right next to Albert Tamm's disc.
Yeah, it looks like Matthias prefers the forehand lines. Haven't seen him throw one on the backhand just yet.
Bit of a turfo. It is a super. Well, it's pretty uphill there, so he's obviously not given it enough air.
Yeah, Knut with a nice looking backhand there. He gets into the clearing and he'll have a putt to square things back up.
I do love the chevrons on the Norwegian kit.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
They're really standing out on that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, looks like some sort of bike cop. You know, the ones that ride the push bikes in the park.
Yeah, it makes me think of, pushing forward computer games when you're driving over chevrons. They sort of speed you
Yeah,
up.
speed you up a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit like Mario Kart.
Yep.
Is that going to flex? Yeah, it looked to come out a little early there from Mauri. And
Not with a chance here to take things.
it was probably a run, I'd say, because he's backing Knut to make this.
Yeah.
And you would, wouldn't you? So, back to all square.
For the singles, correct.
No problem from, 3 meters, picking up his opponent's disc.
So that battle stays at 1 up in the way of the Estonians.
The fifth hole here, regular hole 6A. It's a par 4. Need a big swinging hyzer for the right hand backhand coming off the tee. Landing preferably about here as the drone flies. And then it really becomes a bit of a poke and hope. Not much of a fairway to work with on your upshot, but there is a line there if you can place your tee shot well enough.
Yeah, so we saw players taking that. As you can see, that gap gets bigger as you get higher. Is that the line you took, Huss?
Yeah, I just went pure hyzer through here, which gets you through but doesn't get you very far left along the fairway. So, yeah. That tree took a little bit of a battering as well.
Yeah, you can see it's a prolific amount of scars.
Oh, again. They say aim at it and you'll miss it. I don't think it's worked for these guys.
Aimar here.
Yes, you got to get close to it.
Hit that line very nicely and
Yeah.
it's pushed very far.
He slowed his stroke down compared to the others and just made sure he hit that gap.
Vegar takes the
Vegar
right-hand
takes
side.
Right.
Bigger gap.
That had a good bit of push and glide on it.
Yeah, he slowed it right down as well, didn't he?
Hmm. And yeah, there is a sand scrape on the top of that, which is OB, top of that mound. Not really a risk if you're throwing a forehand out of there.
All right, so Mauri looked like he was trying to get in through a back door there.
Yeah, it did look that way.
Second shot for the Norwegian doubles pairing. He's gone super high, trying to drop down.
Hyzer, Matty, you like that one?
Nose up, not rubbish.
Oh.
Albert liked
Gone
that
for
line
the
a
same
lot.
route.
Yeah, that's the way they're choosing to come in by the look of it.
Bit more space up there than down low.
Yeah, a bit of Scandinavian woods disc golf there, is it?
Yeah, you can tell they've been around the traps when it comes to the tall wooded courses. Not here, throwing three, committing to that shot.
Yeah, I think hoping to hit something on the way through, I think.
Yeah, Mauri didn't penetrate at all, but it's left him with a decent shot here. You can navigate, if you want to call it that, fairway for his upshot. He's laced it.
Yeah, I was going to say the way these
Aw.
Estonians work their way through the woods is impressive, isn't it?
Oh.
Vegar.
A little high for Vegar.
He's very frustrated about that.
Chance to take the hole for Estonia. Yep. Centre
Punches
pole. Never a problem.
Nice putt from Aimar. So, Huss, which did you prefer, the singles or the doubles at this event?
I enjoyed both. I guess it was a little bit more relaxing playing doubles. So you never felt completely responsible for anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
if
as
you
lonely,
not as lonely.
not as isolating.
Yeah. You can always, blame someone else on the predicament if you got in trouble.
That's exactly what Sarah Lee said to us, actually.
It's all about blame.
Yeah, apparently.
It's a novelty in disc golf because it's all about you all the time. So this hole has got a tight out to start with. You want to land around about here before getting back into the woods, where it's again nice and tight. But if you nail every shot, it's very straightforward.
That's how you do it, folks. That's how
Should
you
be
do it.
Should be a coach, Huss.
Just nail your shots.
So we've got Knut here in this battle for the singles between Estonia and Norway is all square still after 8 holes, is it?
Yeah, that was a really nice shot. Nice and high to get that flight, and he's made it to
And
that
that's
opening.
the
Oh,
spot.
past the opening.
Oh, he's just behind those 3
Yeah,
trees. Hope he
should
can get
still
through.
be okay. Mauri goes the same plan, bit tighter, and
Exactly the
finishes
spot.
exactly the same spot.
A well-matched pair here, Mauri and Knut.
Yeah, they certainly are, and that's why they're all square. But this is the one. Can the Estonians stretch it out one more here?
There is a Mando as well, just near where those last 2 throws landed.
Oh, we didn't take the advice given by Huss at the
No.
start of the hole and just know your shots.
Well, he nailed the tree instead of the shot. Yeah.
So Vegar looks to he's done it nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. There we
Oh,
go.
Hello.
That is prime.
Just know your shots, Vegar.
Yeah, gave himself the old self clap as soon as that one left the hand. And Aimar left to deal with Albert's mess. I think that's okay. Yeah, it's in the clear. Let's see if Albert can make it up to his teammate here.
Not sure what he's looking for. Is he looking high here, or is he
Just a big hyzer,
or
I
a
think.
ground skip?
Just trying to push the right side as close to the trees as he can.
That's very nicely
Yeah,
done.
he's got enough move on that. Matthias with the best look at it by an absolute country mile.
Yeah, and that's
Look
the
at that.
flip side of the doubles. The pressure. I've put you in this wonderful spot. Can you execute?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Whoop.
Yeah, you really feel like you owe it to your teammate once they've thrown a shot like that, wouldn't
That's
you?
right.
And he has. It's done beautifully.
A well-oiled machine at the moment are the Norwegians.
So we're going to see any sort of separation between these two. I wouldn't have thought so with this shot that's remaining. But they've still got to do it. They've still got to nail their shots.
There is a right-hand Mando we forgot to mention there. It's just inside of... It looks like a beat-up old base plastic. Was that an Origin or a Tactic?
Yeah, not sure. It should be okay from there. So does Mauri try and throw it in here, you reckon?
Looks like he is.
Yeah, I reckon he has.
Gave it a chance.
Soft bid.
Yep.
That's another pickup hole for the singles, I think. No, we're putting them out. Why wouldn't you?
It's just one more look at
If that was you
Mauri's.
taking that putt, Matty, I would make you putt it.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm 50-50 from there at best.
Well, that is part of it. You know, that's part of the psychology. Force them to take the shots and they might miss them. And then
Especially-
you're in their head.
Especially the mental side of it definitely being a putt you shouldn't miss.
Exactly.
There's that part of it too.
Yeah.
Which
Exactly.
plays in all of our heads when we're playing.
So singles have tied and we're still on with the doubles.
To win the hole. So
There we go.
Norwegians making the Estonians pay for that failed tee shot there from Albert. So they go one up, and this is a par 3. It's only 84 metres. Sand scrape and the OB behind are the real dangers here. As you can see, it drops off. Just got to go for it, don't you, Huss?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go for it. And you've got the risk all around. And, yeah, I didn't see anybody not go for it.
Now, it's a drop zone putt, I'm pretty sure, off the tee. Or is that just where everyone tends to go
Yeah,
out?
there's a drop zone on
There is, yeah.
on the left of the sand scrape. But yeah, because it's downhill, it kind of added an extra element of trickiness to. It seems pretty straightforward, but yeah, got that change in elevation to do funny things to your disc sometimes.
Yeah, and you've got to push it wide because that tree's stopping
Yeah.
you from sort of flexing it.
Yeah, you've got a bit of risk of just sailing out there as well. Flipping too much and just sailing beyond.
So Villman, he's trying to spike it in.
Oh, gets
Sit
a little
down.
walk. That's nice.
Wouldn't it be nice to throw a spike high as 84 metres, Matty?
Yeah. What looked like a 5-speed.
Oh, that looks
There we
Yeah.
go. He's
in danger.
the sand scrape was in his head. And
Yeah, it certainly
where he
was.
put it.
He threw it straight for it, didn't he? He was never missing.
Yep.
There's Aimar now. Looks like
Oh, he
he's
doesn't have it given that much.
Yeah, he dialed back what looked to be a
Yeah, is that a layup?
fairway. Knowing a 3 is probably going to be good here for the Estonians. Can the Norwegians make this one? No.
And does it sit? It does.
All right, so Albert just has to put this one underneath the basket to take the hole. That'll be enough, I think, for the Estonians. Mauri gets there in 2. But Knut will do the same.
Not a problem.
Have you been sitting on that one for 9
Yeah.
holes?
The Norwegians making Aimar take that 3-meter putt there.
And
Yeah.
Estonia get that one back straight away. The 8th hole in this battle, I should say, is hole 9, the par 4 of the world course. It's 152 metres, and if there's ever a hole that's going to suit the Estonians through the woods, you'd have to say it's this one. This is as tight as all get out. There's barely even a fairway as they battle their way down. And the basket, there's even some grass trees guarding the basket. It's got a lot, guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pure treachery.
Yeah, we've seen teams struggle with this one on previous videos we've put out, and yeah, it's definitely got some score separation to it.
Mm. It's kind of expected that you will hit a tree at some point. It's just which one and which direction you'll ping off.
A little bit of pinball as we head down the fairway. So this battle for singles is still all square, so something's got to give soon. And look at this.
Mm. A ping-free shot.
Got a habit of doing that, hasn't he?
What did you say about hitting trees there, Huss?
Yeah. Doesn't apply in that case.
Let's see what Albert can do.
He's going the highest flip.
Extend on 2 up. Oh.
Couple of shanks off the tee for Albert.
Yeah, and he's that's over in the same direction.
Yep.
So Vegar will have the first, second shot for the doubles pair.
Doesn't really have a look at the basket of any visible means.
No. It's just about getting as much distance as you can.
That didn't come out
No.
particularly sweet.
Did not have a great spot to throw from there.
Now Aimar trying to envision a line.
Well, he's got it flipped up, and it's pushing.
Yeah, managed to get some great whip out of that from an uncomfortable stance.
Yep.
Be able to thrust.
Ripping shot.
Yeah, bring them back into the hole.
Yeah, so up there for 2 is a pretty good result after that drive. Yeah, not a good third approach from the Norwegians there. So,
You have to say advantage Estonia
yeah,
there
absolutely, absolutely.
So nice shape here with the backhand for Knut. Potentially.
Lovely, beautifully done.
Yeah.
He really had to be for his second because this is where Mauri's found himself. So
now. What a
he's-
shot from
yeah.
Mauri, yeah.
what a stabby power generated on that forehand flick, isn't there?
Lots of spins with not a lot of movement. Perfect for controlling a disc.
So Albert for a long look here and a chance. You'd have to say.
Oh, just to give it the
Oh.
height.
No, but for their fourth, here's the Norwegians, so goes without saying.
Oh,
Oh, no.
looked like one of those cases where you didn't consider every branch in front of you.
I
Yeah.
actually didn't see that till he hit it. So.
Exactly.
One just pops its ugly little head out. There's Mauri.
Yep, just posting it through the hole in the door.
Yeah, he's such a joy to watch on the putting green. That's why he's Jason's second favourite Maori on the planet. Only to Mauri Povic, I assume.
There's a blast.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Talk show host. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he
Their
was,
daytime
yeah.
talk show host. Yep.
He was
Like a Jerry Springer type.
living in the shadow of Jerry.
Hole 9 here, it starts a little uphill and you then need to bend around to the right with a bit of a risk of the sand scrape here. The basket is down the hill past that bright bush with a little bit of risk behind if you go for it too powerfully.
And this is the one they tend to go over the top and just cut the corner right off. Is this your play on the day, Huss?
It was not. It's a bit of a rip. It's probably about a 100-meter high shot you need to make there.
Oh, geez, he really bends the back and puts it into it, doesn't he? That's Knut. And he comes down somewhere in circle 2, I reckon. So Mauri Villman's looking high as well.
Not a hole or a play for those who love to watch the flight of the disc.
No.
Our catch cam operator hasn't had a lot of experience. He's done a fantastic job for the whole event, but holes like this
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
really make it hard
Yeah.
for him. So quick shout out to him.
There's Albert.
Mhm.
We get a little bit of a look at that one as it disappears, and that one looks pretty good actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep, there it is. And I mean, you can see why they take the option. They're getting there in one.
Yeah, if you can.
Otherwise, it's just 2 shots up and around the corner, isn't it?
That's right.
Well, like this.
Oh.
I like
This is going to be one of those ones that makes your deltoid sore just watching it.
Yeah, I want to put some strapping tape on just to... I have to look away.
Oh, there goes the shoulder
Yeah,
blade.
C joint.
Couple of discs just dislodged there.
Is that why they call it disc golf?
I think so.
Mauri here looking to get horizontal for this shot.
Seen him play this forehand flick quite a lot, so it's obviously a go-to for him.
Oh, did that just tickle the
Flashed
cage?
past, didn't it?
Yeah, he looks to be running those little forehand flicks, which I love to see.
I wonder if he's
Like
got a
aggression.
gap here.
So a little early to say for the Norwegians, but there is only 7 holes after this one, or 8 holes after this one, and they're 3 holes down. So not desperate yet, but something needs to be done.
Aimar here, throwing 2. Couldn't get that one to come down in time.
So not with a chance to take the hole here from Mauri.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of separation in the singles players yet. Let's see if he can clutch up
It's
here.
a long look. Has he got it? Oh, jeez. He'd almost done enough there. So, must make for the Norwegians, and they do through Matthias. So, Mauri makes it a 3, and Knut should do the same. So, once again, no change in this singles. They are very evenly matched.
Uneventful hole.
It is a little.
Full stop.
It's got potential to be really exciting, but they sort of suck the fun out of it when they just throw over the
Yep.
top, don't they?
Too good. Hole 10 starts up the hill. There's a double mando there, those 2 trees you have to get between. At the top of the hill, you've got a beautiful look down the fairway, and you want to stay in the fairway because there are plenty of trees on the left that you don't need to get involved with, but the basket is tucked all the way down here on the left, ready to be putted at.
That's why they're there.
It's all at once.
So, Knut, can we see a little bit of separation in this singles? Is one I'm going to take charge. Are we going to see something huge?
I do love a genuine S-bend par 4.
Double mando to get through here, which is obviously not going to be a problem, but a little tree early for Knut. So, Mauri to pinch a little bit of distance by keeping it low, and he does so beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Does that gap look as big in real life as it does on coverage, Huss?
The gap is comfortably large. It's just that it feels a bit further away than it looks on coverage, at least to someone who throws as far as I do. I'm using my backhand to get up there. I'm wanting it to flip out to the right, whereas these guys can really crack an incredible forehand up the hill and finish right too. So yeah, not too much of a problem for these guys.
Yeah, so we're going to see Matthias is taking his time to think about this one. Oh, that's going to be nice. Get round.
Nice ground skip.
Bit of fortune there.
Yep. And a sorry, mate, as well, with their hands in the air. Just whoops. Someone going to take credit for that one.
You don't see many tennis apologies in disc golf, do you?
No. No, people usually claim most things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the old meant that.
So Knut is second here, and he'd be wanting to get close because Villman's got that extra distance on him. And he's a little closer. Looks pretty good.
Oh!
Wow, he can't do much better than that.
I mean, I said that the basket was waiting to be putted out,
Well,
not
not today.
thrown into from
Yeah, filthy
100
liar.
meters.
Not today, apparently. And
We were
he's
just
pretty
talking
happy with
about
that.
Eagles.
Wowzers.
That's why it's,
That is as well as you can find that
Our
shot.
producer's done a very good job of keeping that one under wraps.
Yes.
because I hadn't heard or seen of that shot.
I do remember seeing that at the time, but that was a long time ago now. So, and rightfully so, a reverse parked as have a look at the perfect skip and the perfect height it comes in at the basket.
Oh, and the perfect line, hangs it out there to the right and just lets the disc be a disc.
What
Boing.
a ground skip.
Bang, never
Oh,
missing.
It even hit the pole.
That was an absolute, that is shot of the tournament by an absolute mile.
Absolutely. Line and length in cricketing terms to our international viewers.
Come on,
Hard
Vegar, don't let us down.
Hard act to follow.
Anything less than in is not acceptable.
It's got the right shape, maybe not quite the distance.
No, it didn't quite get the.
Oh, he did have the distance. He just
He's had the,
didn't
the
have the
decent, but geez, didn't it take a skip?
That Mundaring skip, Jace.
Yeah, the old Mundaring skip, Matty.
Just neglecting.
The Scandinavian skip.
Oh my God.
Jeepers, it's
Oh.
nearly happened again.
So Villman has to throw in now.
Yeah, so this is. Would you say this is leaves you feeling relaxed? Or, I mean, what do you do?
He's kept that one pretty skinny. Bit short.
So we see a bit of red and a bit of green in the singles matchup. Didn't do a lot wrong there, Mauri Villman, but unfortunately he's lost the hole.
Was that what's going to take in this singles match?
I
They're
think
just
so.
Two bulls just clashing here at the moment. No separation, locking horns, and finally one's made some leeway.
Very nice bid around those trees.
So the Estonians to take another hole here. And
I don't
starting to get desperate, isn't it?
I've seen Albert miss these on the Pro Tour. I don't want to besmirch them there.
I think you just have. Never
Sure
looked like
that one.
missing. So he goes. Albert and Aimar 4 up and even picking up the Norwegian's disc and saying, we're not even going to let you putt. Not
Statement.
even going to let you putt because we're 4 up and we want this. Hole 11 is a par 3. It's 126 metres. It's downhill. So players will get there. But have to come in at the right angle and through the trees. We've seen a couple of really good throws on this so far this tournament. And this hole brought to us by JB, which is illustrated down the bottom corner of your screen as J Bevo, like he's a member of Devo.
Yeah, that curious little Devo hat. You don't see too many of those around.
That one not quite skipping in for Knut there.
Yeah, turned over a bit and found that tree.
So Mauri to bounce back. This is your chance. You just get one nice and close. I'll tell you what.
Oh,
Tell you what,
That's a generous bit of ground play there.
1 metre to the left, and we might have seen another massive highlight there.
Aimar pushes his forehand down. And that's before what we like to call the stink pile, maybe.
Yeah, that's a stinky looking pile.
Vegar's put a bit of turn on that.
did he make it past the Portaloos or?
I'm not sure, actually. That's the first stink pile before the stink pile.
So Knut's going to want to do another big throw in.
Yeah, he's kind of going to need to, isn't he? He's only about a 6 metre putt for Mauri Villman, so he's got to try something. No.
Immediately unhappy. Got to get over this grass tree.
Yeah, it was a good looking bid. So
He really is in the
yeah,
stink pile.
that is as stinky as it gets.
Yeah, I hope you check for spiders and snakes. This is precarious. He's not a small man, Albert. Not sure this is the right footwear for this.
What footwear is the right footwear for this?
I don't know.
Jeez, I tell you,
He's really committed. I mean, I think I would claim to have seen something dangerous in there and taken relief.
yeah.
Yeah.
Casual relief
Yep.
behind.
You don't think he's practiced these ones much?
No.
The stink pile stands.
Is he going to do it? Is he going to do a jump putt?
Wouldn't have thought so. Oh no.
Oh, joking me.
Oh! Second highlight.
That is
I think.
so, and grabs the hole for Estonia. So as we get a reverse park now, if you out there are planning a stink pile putt, this is how you do it.
They must have stink piles in Estonia. Oh,
Oh, look at
Albert.
Matthias. He is. You're kidding. What more do we have to do?
He should have thrown from on top of the portaloo. Might have been a better angle.
Yeah, so 5 up now the Estonians, and gee, they're fast running out of time if they haven't already, the Norwegians.
Yeah, this is just gone up a notch. This
So Knut to heap the pressure on Villman and doesn't do it, so Villman will pick his up. I think
must thing to give up the lead after taking it with such a phenomenal shot.
it certainly was. It certainly was. So that remains all square.
Yeah, as we go into hole 12 here, it's regular 13. We've seen this one a few times on our World Teams coverage now, getting out of a pretty skinny gap, having the disc finish left, and then just boosting one up to this puttable basket. Spent too much time commentating together, Claire. Or Huss.
Basket, what is it? Basket that looks good for putting?
Yeah.
Certainly does.
Quality rad. Quality rad.
The best.
All right, we've got 6 to go. Surely we're going to see, as we can see, the Canadian team in the background. Is that Canadian Canada versus Australia game, which is going on simultaneously with this one. So we'll keep you updated with that as soon as we have any sort of score update. We hope the Aussies are winning, though.
Yeah, we don't want to sound too biased, but
So Knut doesn't want to take that tunnel option. He's gone wide.
Which makes the hole a lot longer, doesn't it?
Certainly does, especially with the uphill towards that puttable basket.
shout out Fergie.
That's yeah, and Albert following him there. That's could become one of our new catchphrases actually. Claire is the puttable basket.
How puttable
Sounds
is
very
your
British
basket?
too.
Really enunciate those T's.
Puttable.
Puttable basket lake. Going for the attempted skip to get back closer to the.
That seems like a lot of work for not a lot of distance.
Yeah.
Oh, look out. What's this?
Cheeky little windmill. The one
And
arm
they had some backwards, so it's time, says Matthias. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, there you
yes,
go.
he does. He is a big man, Matthias.
Yeah,
and he's a
maybe-
big set of shoulders on him. So
maybe he threw some javelin in high school or something.
Yeah.
now that wasn't a thumber because the rim is on his finger side. So that is called a
It was on his
Tomahawk, that
finger.
one.
Yeah, tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Yeah. I wonder why that was his preferred option going. up that hill.
Oh wow, Knut.
Yeah, a real disc golf shot there from Knut.
Yeah.
No offense to the Norwegian. Well, I don't throw any overarm shots, but you have to imagine it takes a bit of thinking and obviously some, some technicality out
Mm.
of the throw, right? Like,
Mm.
it's just a toss. It's just a
I
huck.
mean, you can put probably excessive amount of power into it without the disc going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So that's an
Mm.
advantage. But also that up and over motion means it's always going to come to ground,
Correct. Yeah, the margin of error does seem to have
which
been
makes it not a
reduced.
real frisbee throw at all. does it?
But it is why I love the game, because you can literally do anything you want with the disc.
Oh, yes, you can.
So Villman gets it up there, and he should be able to square. Oh, he's left himself a tester.
A little tester.
Little tester. And this is for their third.
Vegar gets it.
Yep, good putt. So needs this. Villman to make sure he doesn't go one down. Oh, it's high. He wasn't worried, I was.
No.
You're always running the risk when you throw high on these rad baskets.
So I'm taking his time. And ties it without a worry in the world. So with 6 to go, the doubles pairing remain 5 up. So trying to pull their finger out, Norway. And the all square is the singles battle as we get to 13.
Yeah, we've seen this one as well. Pretty standard forehand for most right-hand players. You do see some players go the backhand turnover. It is a little more difficult because you do bring in that ceiling. You bring that ceiling into play.
Golf Box brings us this hole.
What the golf box do, Jace?
They're a golf store. I'm thinking online, but they're a golf store in WA, in Perth, WA. So great for them to support the disc golf. We couldn't play a lot of disc golf in Australia if it wasn't for golf courses getting on board and having us there. So we thank them. The golf community in general.
Yes. Yeah, they're a fine bunch.
Have you played much golf, Huss?
I played a little bit of golf just before I took up disc golf. Quite liked it.
Decided disc golf was not as frustrating.
Well, it was. I mean, they're both pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
It was more just the lockdown thing.
Yes.
I could play a bit of disc golf without having to go to a pay-to-go course.
Yep, definitely. It is a much more expensive sport to play golf.
See, Aimar put one inside circle for Albert there.
Yeah, and put the pressure right back on the Norwegians. So I love this hat backwards work from Matthias. It shows that he's really serious about closing this gap. Keeps it low. Oh, oh, a little short. Oh no, it's
I
perfect.
think that looks good.
Yep. So that hat backwards. So Vegar should do the same. Turn
This
the hat
was-
round.
This was Villman's result from he clipped a bit of foliage. Left himself with a bit of work to do there.
Yeah, and that's going to cost him. Let's see if Albert can finish off the 2 here.
I'd say must make, but the Estonians have such a commanding lead here, and they can really close things out.
Oh.
Geez, it looked good.
His arms were on the way up to celebrate.
And not to go one up.
Big putt.
What a putt. What a putt.
See some separation
It's
here.
a ripping battle between him and Villman. It really is.
Yeah, really evenly matched pair.
And they get one back, the Norwegians.
Yeah, they're treading water here. Johansen and Larsen. Two of the more uncommon names you'll see in Norway, I'm sure.
So they go to 4 down with 5 to play, and this being one of those 5. It's hole 14. It's a par 3. It's 120 metres. There's a really narrow entry here, which sort of defines it as a backhand turnover in. But yeah, obviously wanting to get through the trees.
And how narrow is this gap in real life, Huss?
It's not too bad. I'd say 15 meters.
Okay, so maybe a little bigger than it seems on camera. You've also got that left-hand side forehand if you want it, but you're really relying on a lot of fade and skip. But you do avoid that danger, and that's actually a pretty friendly ricochet.
So Villman needs to get that one back, or he'd be hoping to anyway. And that's going to go a long way to getting that back. Have a look at that.
Slow down.
Yeah, I don't reckon that went much further, so...
Might have hit the catch cam operator's boot.
Ooh, not flipping up for Vegar there.
No.
Aimar, no need to do anything silly with that mistake off the tee from Norway.
No, I thought he might have gone the forehand line, given their lead. But, there's a gap.
He yanked it a little bit, has he? I don't know if it's a
no,
gap
there's
there,
not.
is it?
They've
Yeah,
got
he's
lucky.
just popped it up. Just a little bit of nose-up action, stalling it out. No need for anything silly.
Excuse my lack of depth perception there.
I don't know that it is a gap.
All right, Knut has to run this one.
I'd say so. I suppose it just puts the pressure on. He's not as close as we thought. We can see Villman in the background there. He's got a little bit to putt through.
Yeah, it did skip on a bit.
Okay.
Could have done with hitting the catch cam.
Not too often you putt over a tee pad.
That's a pretty healthy looking run. Jeez, he's a big boy, Matthias, isn't he? Big solid man.
Yeah, the Europeans, it's a theme of this event.
That Viking blood is what it is.
Yeah.
So Tamm to win the hole. Oh, good heavens.
Needs to be standing on a stink pile.
This is, you really can't look away.
Well, it was probably about the height of the stink pile being up that hill. But it was a
Okay.
bit too stable underneath him, that ground.
Yeah.
You really can't look away from this battle, can you? There's something happening every shot.
And Mauri went far further than we first thought there,
Mhm.
so makes sense as to why Knut played the upshot he did.
Oh, Vegar leaves it short, and he knows what that means. He knows exactly what that means, Matty. Yeah, perilously close to running out of holes here. And that just might just about be it, I think. As Tamm makes Estonia go 5 up. And they'll take the win in the double section of this battle.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning now that Anakin Stan and Katie Tate played out, and Anakin got the win there, 1 up for Norway, so that one's in the books.
So Blake Houston sponsored hole. Hole number 15.
Yep.
Heading downhill, getting through those trees, and finding another, hopefully, puttable basket.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but Blake Houston is the sponsor because he provided all the flyovers. Is that correct? Yes, it is.
Did I call him Houston?
You did.
Cool.
You did. I thought that was just something you did. Park Media is famous for mispronunciation of surnames, so have a look at this disc. Squad Lizard just makes its way down the middle from Mauri Villman. And that should give him a nice and easy, well, not easy, but easier than Knut's putt.
He could do with one of his teammates' caps on now, I feel, with the sun in his
Why
eyes.
the sun? I feel like it's afternoon. I feel like it's late in the day.
Oh, very nice run.
Hits some tray, does Knut. But
Not nice enough. You see the Aussies
we
going
can.
past in the distance as
Strutting their way down the fairway.
Mauri prepares to attempt to win the hole.
Oh, and does. I tell you, if you give up the slightest little inch in this encounter, then their opponent will just take it straight off them, and that's what's happened every single time. They have not taken their foot off the gas the whole time.
So back to all square in the singles.
Wow, we get to 16. It's par 3. It's 122 metres. We've got a sand scrape on the left. The basket is on the downhill on the backside of that hill, and there is OB surrounding deep and looping around the back. They're both probably going to have a crack. The right side is the way to approach this one.
Yeah, and as Mauri lines this one up, the mixed doubles results are in, and Estonia thumping the Norwegians up by 7 with 6 holes remaining. That was Christo Reik and Anneli Tuyas Manistay just making light work of Tom Erik K. Sten and Ingvild Pasdalta Lonvik.
Very well done there, Matty.
So the Estonians with a commanding lead.
Who was that again in that team?
I'm just going to let you press rewind on this when you watch it back.
So Knut for his drive. This could be running the basket.
Wow.
Lovely shot.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, and he's closer.
same distance, I think.
Closer.
Oh, he's next, so now he's slightly out.
So Knut for first. Good nose up bid.
Didn't have quite the punch he needed to hit those chains.
No, yeah, he's just closer there, Mauri. This would be a huge putt.
Just casually pops it in. Just a little.
He didn't even watch it go in.
Nah. He loves retrieving people's discs.
He
so
does. It must be an Estonian custom.
Well, just reminding him that he's won the hole.
Yeah. Hole 17, us, par 5. Big downhill.
Yeah, it's a juicy downhill number.
290 metres. It's a traditional hole 18, and there's OB on the right. There's an OB section just approaching now on the left, but there's also the green putting. Green plays as an island, I understand.
Yes.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Actually, it's uphill. This was what. Okay, I was confused. It's downhill to. It's sort of flat to start.
Yep.
And then we go uphill to that island green. And there's at this point we have to clear that ditch.
Yep.
To get inbounds. So yes, it's a very high risk out of bounds kind of hole that needs to be thought through tactically.
And as we can see up in front, working their way up the fairway, is the Australia versus Canada battle. And I can tell you folks that it is neck and neck all the way up all the way up the fairway. So they're on their last hole.
Yeah, not to put too much pressure on Knut here, but given the other results that have come in, he really, really has to beat Mauri to give Norway any chance here. A tie is not good enough for Norway.
Sure, Kyle Herbertson is delivering that news to him right now while he's on the camera. He's done a mountain of work by this stage in the day, Kyle. He's about been lugging that thing around since 7 o'clock in the morning.
And it is a lot of distance to cover on that course. Now that was a rip.
That is huge. Get in. Well, we.
The lifeline that Norway needs here, that shot.
That is big. It was big. So, your turn, Mauri.
Yeah, his second shot is where mistakes can be made and matchups lost. Mauri knows how important this shot is.
Yeah, it's a par 5 that you just can't afford to make a mistake on.
Toying with that OB.
Oh, he has. He's gone over. Oh.
It looked like it was going to hold that turn, but it decided to come out of it. And
Yeah, so there's still this last approach, which is the last sort of mistake that you can make. And it's, you've got to clear the logs, don't you, to get on?
yeah. He's gone the forehand round the back, avoiding those trees.
And
he's nailed
pucked.
that.
Beautiful.
Gutsy shot there from
Yep.
Mauri.
So, no mistake from Knut, Valen, Haland here should ensure a whole win.
He's found the gap.
Is it long? Oh, sensational.
Got a taste for it.
Tell you what, these two, you could watch them all day long, couldn't you? And I think they'd go 38 holes and they'd still be all square.
Yeah, it's definitely the matchup, the best matchup we've seen throughout the event so far.
As it goes back to all square for about the 35th time in this battle. We're at the last hole. This one's sponsored by the Parkerville Tavern. Did you get to the Parkerville Tavern?
Can't remember. Was too drunk to notice where I was going.
She was at a tavern.
She was with Team Great Britain drinking warm beer.
That's right.
We get to, which is traditional hole 1, 333 metres. It's a par 5. Out the gap, down the hill. We got OB left and right. We've got a couple of little watercourses, creeks,
Yeah, little.
billabongs,
Brooks.
This section is OB here that we're going over now.
nooks to, and then end up on this basket here. So it's full of separation. This hole.
Eddies.
And this is what it's come down to. So we need someone's got to win, surely. I feel like a soccer game, watching the entire game for a 0-0 draw. It's the way the Europeans prefer it, isn't it?
I've seen. I feel like there's been a few goals scored. It's more like
There has.
10 all.
It is 10
10
all.
all.
You're right. You're right. You're dead
Goal
right.
fest.
All right, so a tie is good enough for Mauri and Estonia here. So we'll see if he chooses to aggress or remain conservative.
He hoses one nicely out the gap.
Yeah. Good amount of height.
Now, from what I've seen, and I've seen this hole played a lot, Huss, it's this second shot that can cause the problems. He's turning it over and sending it down the right-hand side. But
Yeah, or alternatively, hyzering it at the left.
Yep,
Couple of options.
because of the downhill.
Yep.
And that's about perfect, I reckon.
Yep. Hold on.
Yeah, so that's the way to play it. Nice and
Yep,
low
That's beautiful.
and nice and flat.
Okay, so Mauri is looking to match that one now.
That should be just
Should be
nice
sweet.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect a mistake from these two, really.
No, and Knut has to aggress now, so he'll be looking to get to the pin here.
Yeah, it's a tough second, but this third really is fireworks, isn't it? There's a tense gallery watches on his Norwegian teammate. And that's got the
Oh.
legs. That is looking good.
Oh,
tell you
Absolutely
what.
perfect.
splendid.
Jeez, it's good to watch, isn't it?
Can Mauri get any closer?
Looks good too.
Oh, matches
Ooh.
in.
Yes. So a couple of 5-6 meteries there.
Yep.
Now this to ice it for Estonia.
This should be enough, according to Matty Faz, the scorekeeper. I hope you got it wrong.
Finally got my head around things. I think. Probably should have had Huss in charge of that.
Yes,
Oh.
he's picking up his
Yeah.
marker.
He's on
Is
his
that enough?
toes. He's on his toes.
Yep, that was great.
A fun fact, as we see, Knut doesn't really mean much at this
And
point.
you know what? A tie
Ace
is
nailed
a
it.
respectable result for this. I'm happy with that result between these two
I think
because
it's what both players deserved. And
Yeah.
a fun fact just coming in from our producer Ash there. Both players shooting course record during that round.
Wowzers.
wowee. Absolutely massive effort by both those players and probably the most entertaining draw that I've ever watched in sport, I reckon.
Yeah.
Absolutely right up there. So
And so the overall outcome of the matchup, we across that.
Yeah, so in the end, Estonia win 5-3, so they had 2 wins and a draw to Norway's 1 win and 1 draw.
So they are through to the final.
they're through to the final, and I've just getting word after the end of that one that the Australia-Canada game, we've got a result for that coming up shortly. So there's your results, all square in the singles. And 5 up, 4 to play for the Team Estonia in the doubles. Great to watch, and what an unbelievable singles round that was. And this is a semi-final World Team Disc Golf, and they've played like it's a semi-final. But getting back to the Canada versus Australia match, I've just got word that has ended in a draw, and it's going to a playoff between the singles, the 2 top tiered singles. So we've got that coming right after this for you
Wow,
folks. So
what
how
excitement.
good is that? Are we
So
lucky or what?
good.
Yeah, it's all you can ask for an event like this.
And with playoffs, it's set in the schedule beforehand, which matchup will be going to a playoff if such a thing occurs. So in this case, it's the singles.
Fair enough. So Norway and Estonia just embracing one another's goodwill here.
Yeah, we brought the Wolfdorf brought in spirit of the game scoring at world teams, and we'd all get together and have a chat about how the match went, what was good, what was not good, if anything was not good, and yeah, just share a bit of love, and then the teams go their separate ways and submit a spirit scorecard, which is based on 3 categories. I think knowledge and rules use.
Something we'd be pretty bad at, I think, Jace.
Even as commentators, with all the data in front of us.
And then you've got fair-mindedness and communication and behaviour. So you've got to submit scores for each category, and then at the end there's a winner.
Nice incentive.
Yep. Yeah, nice little touch. And here we are, as promised. This is a singles playoff between of Canada, Casey Hannemeyer, the recent Eruption MPO winner, and Luke Bain, what do we say in Australia about Luke Bain? He's done it all, hasn't he?
He's somewhat of a talisman, so this singles match will determine who plays Estonia in the grand final.
Oh, geez, wouldn't this be huge for a country like Australia to win on their turf?
Essential minnows on the international disc golf scene. I don't want to speak down too much to my countrymen, but I don't think we were expected to make these sort of waves in this event.
I think that's fair to say. Hole 18 is the hole that they will start the playoff on. We just saw that played by a couple of holes ago by our 2 singles. What are we expecting off the tee? Huss, do you think? Anything?
I don't think anything too fruity. I think both teams will go for the safe play off the first shot. There's not I don't think there's much room to be pushed there.
Yeah, now we should mention Casey Hannemeyer from Canada has got a booming forehand and is a very, very good putter. But just as well, Luke Bain is equal to both of those tasks as well. So he's going to be off the box first.
It's a bit high.
It is, but it's going to get down.
Think he's feeling nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Does he get nervous, Luke Bain?
I'm not sure.
I don't know that he does, to be honest. If he does, he doesn't show it.
No.
So Hannemeyer's going with the backhand, which is not his preferred. He's a big, strong lad as well, isn't he,
Yeah,
Casey?
he's got Luke for distance there.
They're separate sides of the fairway now.
Yeah, so Casey will have a backhand and Luke another forehand.
Can't believe Australia could be into final. I cannot believe that.
Call it a home ground advantage, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, they do have a couple of players from the very region of Western Australia, so it's a pretty big advantage.
The Aussie would have to rank high in spirit, wouldn't they?
You'd imagine so.
You can see the Aussie support there for Luke.
Ripped a big forehand. See, that's a nice option with that risk of going OB on the
I love the
left.
hyzer on it too, just making sure it gets down and gets to ground. So Casey back to his preferred forehand.
Just to address your spirit question there, Jace, Australia won the Spirit Award in the 2022 teams event in Croatia.
They did. Wow, what a stat. Couldn't go back to back, could they?
I think they got more pressing matters now. Spirit's great and all, but
If we had Huss, we would have won the Spirit Award.
I think so.
So Luke, for the dangerous third shot, does he lay up or does he go for it? Oh, he's laying up.
Just laying up.
Too risky to go for that.
So happy to settle for a 5 here, Luke.
If you go for it from there and you get it, you deserve it, I say.
Well, maybe he's baiting Casey into trying to take this one on.
He could. I mean, he's definitely got the distance, Casey.
Just happy to stick with him, but
boy.
did not nail it.
He's gone the layup.
The uphill got him.
He's gone the layup play and he's gone OB. That
The uphill got him. He was too laconic with
Yeah,
that
he
shot.
did seem casual.
It was.
in disc golf,
And it just didn't, the uphill just didn't give it the chance to fade.
that's worst case scenario in disc
Oh,
golf.
now he's got a real tough shot too.
Oh, if I wasn't Australian, I'd feel for him.
Well, he just took our eruption title
He
back
did.
home with him, so I'm not feeling sorry for him. He gets a full rip.
Oh, that's a really good
lovely
recovery.
recovery, but that is his 5th shot, so
So he'll be in for 6, and Luke should get in 4-5, all things going
he's
well.
just got to get on here, Luke. He's just got to get on, and then he can.
What's he thinking about? He just needs to keep this simple, surely.
Maybe he's just weighing up whether it's going to be a backhand or a
And
forehand.
look at the Aussie team. Look at Chris Hill is about to bite through his fingers, the ends of his fingers as well. Of his nails there. He's so nervous.
So you will need to navigate the trees with
Yeah,
the
the forehand's got a lot more to come back through.
And this would be, I'll tell you what, this would be easily Australia's greatest disc golf moment if they were to get up here.
Oh, there's nothing that would even come close to comparing.
Touchy little flex, and he's on.
We went through the trees.
He's on
He's
the
up.
island, and he's putting for 4 or 5 meters. One putt will do it. As a hush comes over, look at the Aussie team in the background, waiting.
Looking like quackers.
Luke Bain from Australia.
Oh,
He's got it.
done it.
He's
He
got it.
does it.
And look at them come from everywhere.
Patty
Look at
Robinson
Captain Paddy
leading the
He's
way.
over here
Who
as
says
they make their way on.
Casey just awkwardly meandering to his
Awkwardly.
disc.
Cassie Sweeten, the co-captain, who's in a moon boot, makes her way up to circle as well.
David Perry, Sarah Lee,
And have a look at that.
Blakey Houston, Ruben Berg, Aaron Morton.
Look at the energy.
They're loving it. Absolutely loving it.
There's Chris Finn getting some.
Bit of disbelief going around.
Disbelief, did you say?
Disbelief. They're in the World Team Disc Golf Championships final.
They are, and have a look at what it means to them. No one would have given him a chance at the start of this tournament, and to be able to, geez, I thought we were going in for a bit of a smooch there.
It was going to be a proposal or something.
I didn't know quite how to commentate that one, but
Powerful emotions come from sport.
absolutely, as we see the team embrace, and no one would have given him a chance. And to think that we were commentating probably one of the best battles we've seen in Estonia versus Norway, and then we were lucky enough to be able to sneak in for the playoff in Australia versus Canada. It was, I feel blessed.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle for getting his hustle on there. Covering, it was a monumental occasion for Australian disc golf.
Well, there's Captain Paddy there just with his final address. I don't know what else more there is to say. I need a little bit of a lie down after that. Massive, Estonia, Norway. What'd you take from that, Huss?
What a battle. That was beauty to see, neck and neck singles, and bit of a rinsing in the end over the doubles, but there was some beautiful stink pile action on the way, which was deeply enjoyable.
Absolutely. And I have to ask, Matty, it's pretty obvious, but shot of the day.
Well, shot of the day was Knut, and it's definitely put him on the map for me. I'll be looking out for him in future Pro Tour events. And Mauri, who's had a really hot last couple of years. We're in 2025 now. He's already established himself. But, yeah, two names I don't think us as a commentary team or the viewers will forget.
Absolutely. And finally, congratulations and well done to Team Australia. Every single one of us in the country are absolutely proud of what you guys have achieved. Thank you very much to the parked viewers for joining us for the World Flying Disc Federation World Teams Championship for 2024. Until our next video, which will be the final. Will be the final indeed, so don't forget to join that one. As we see Aussie take on Estonia, until next time, I've been Jason Wiedner.
I've been Matty Faz.
Claire Hussey.
And we will see you on the next video.